UK supermarkets are among the best in the world. Or are they? They help British households shop smarter and save money. Or do they? Companies like Tesco encourage you to make good food choices. Well, maybe not. This week I'm sharing what I'd be looking for if I was shopping there week in, week out, and what I'd be steering clear of too.
G'day folks, it's David here from Grocery Dad. Hi to all the new subscribers we've had since last week. Last video has gone really well, and the community is like tripled in size. So welcome along. Welcome if you've been here before as well. Bit of a different video this week. I've travelled to the UK to be with my mum, who is very unwell at the moment. But I wanted just to do something a bit different while I'm here. Times like this, I remember just how important family is, and that's really what counts more than anything. Also, if you're watching this and you feel young and you feel healthy and you feel invincible, you're not, okay? And it's the decisions that you make today that are going to play a big role in determining how you get on when you're older. So don't take your food and your diet for granted. Make decisions today that are going to pay you back when you're older. Okay, sermon over. Let's talk turkey.
This is the ancient Hampshire town of Andover. It's leafy, quaint, historic, and deserted.
Quite quiet at the moment. This is what Andover looks like on a Sunday morning. Yeah, no one here really. So those of you who've been to my channel before know that I do not live in this country. I have emigrated with my family to Australia. So I come back usually every couple of years or so, and I just have to comment on the fact that you can always count on Wetherspoons to be open at 8:20 on a Sunday morning. Good stuff. Some things never change. So what I thought I'd do, see what you Brits have to put up with and what delights you have on offer when you go buy your groceries each week. So here I am outside Tesco Extra. Tesco, for those of you who don't know, is the UK's #1 grocery chain, biggest supermarket chain in the country. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to see if they hold up to that #1 status. First things first, there's no fresh food. There's no fruit and veg. But look at what you can see. Oreos, Walkers, Tango, Pepsi. Then you got some booze, Brewdog, Nando's. It just goes on and on. We've got the Pringles. Oh, hang on a minute. What about this? A couple of big boxes of Heroes and Celebrations, and some more chips.
So this is the very first thing you see when you come in the store. Ultra-processed snacks, junk food, liquor, all being marketed as being on offer. Not the sort of stuff we need to be putting in our trolley first, or at all really. And in my opinion, having all this rubbish by the front door is just a disgrace. The question is, where the hell is the real food?
Crockery, food storage, sheets, bedding, oh look, here's some food. Kind of, I don't know, a third of the way back in the store. The UK's biggest food retailer, and the food starts about 4 aisles in.
Believe it or not, the food is there. You just got to hunt around for it a bit. And here's where I started noticing something. It's how much fruit and veg seems to come wrapped in cellophane in this country. I don't really understand why. It can't be cheaper, surely, than buying loose fruit and veg. Plus, it can't be good for the environment either. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Is all this packaging unnecessary? I've been quite a negative Nigel so far, I know. So here's something I like, sort of. It's these super big price tickets that they're doing in Tesco. I like them. You know, that's got to be helpful. The only problem is, well, the unit price, which is the important thing as far as savvy shoppers are concerned, and it's still in the tiniest of tiny fonts jammed in the corner there. And this is just daft.
Now here again, you've got another one of these sections, which is all about convenience, right? Stir fry veg, it's all pre-packed, it's all pre-cut. And this is what they want us to do. They want us to buy into these things because we're too busy, because we just don't have time to go and make our own food. But let me just see, I'll pick an example here. Here we go. We've got £2.10 for crispy sweet potato fries, which is £7 per kilo. Or, let me see if I can find the sweet potatoes. I think they'll be over here. You could, on the other hand, buy them loose, like this, cut them, peel them, stick them in the oven, make your own for £1.15 a kilo. Right, seriously, which would you rather do in the name of saving yourself, I don't know, possibly 5 minutes to peel and cut your sweet potatoes and then stick them in the oven?
Right, I am definitely going to finish off Tesco with some positives and some things that I'd be gunning for if I was doing my weekly shop here. Firstly, right at the back of the store, I came across this massive bag of pasta. Love it. Bulk buy that pasta if you can store it and save yourself some money. And I've talked about this before too. Go find that world food section, usually near the back of the shop, and grab your big bags of lentils and rice, and you'll get a better unit price. Then take a look. Hellmann's love this shelf so much they sponsored it, and to make their money back, they need you spending £3.40 on their mayonnaise. But Tesco has helpfully put theirs just beneath it for a fraction of that price. Now, I learned in the comments recently, Germans call this Buckware, which apparently translates literally as stuff you have to bend down for. If that's not true, German viewers, go easy on me. What I know is true, retailer branded products will save you a fortune and your family will never know the difference unless you show them the jar. Look, I really wanted to end on a high in the supermarket, but I couldn't do it. So it's another one to avoid. Now, we British absolutely love this kind of picnic / deli aisle. Maybe it's because we have like 2 opportunities a year to have a picnic, so we like to splash out. But that is exactly what you're doing when you buy this stuff. It is terrible value for money. Instead, go buy yourself a jar of olives, put some in a box, and save your money for a rainy day instead of a sunny one. Now, as I headed on to visit the next supermarket on my list, I passed this beautiful family of swans, and that offers me the opportunity to ask you 2 things very quickly. Firstly, what do you think of my take on Tesco? Do you shop there, and was I being unfair? And secondly, if you're enjoying this video, can you please give it a thumbs up? Because that will help me tremendously to keep on bringing you more content that I hope you'll enjoy in the future. Here we go then, store number 2, the discounter Lidl. Gaining popularity in the UK, and I have to say, when I left 8 years ago, it was where I did most of my shopping. Now, this lot stick to the traditional idea of putting fresh food at the front by the door, but again, look at all this plastic. I just couldn't believe it. We've even got wrapped avocados. I think they were in 2s, not individually wrapped, but still, seems so unnecessary. Bakery section, I was always a big fan of, though it did look like more pastries and less bread nowadays. And then the meat section, which I thought looked really good. Lots of choice, prices seemed good, quality seemed good. So tell me, do you buy Lidl meat? I know a lot of people still have issues with discounters when it comes to meat and poultry. The high protein scam in evidence here, just like it is in other countries right now, and I guarantee you it's little more than clever advertising designed to get us paying more for something we don't really need. And last but not least then, in this store, we have those price tickets again. Nice, clear pricing on funky digital displays, but once again, those tiny unit prices. Supermarket owners, we're not interested in your headline price. We want to compare products and see if we're getting a good deal on it. On my way to the final store I wanted to check out, something strange and rather sad began to dawn on me, and I'm really interested to know if it's happening in other UK towns and cities too.
This right here used to be a Marks and Spencer's with a rather nice Simply Food bit out the back where you used to go for your meal for 2 for £10 or whatever it was at the time. Gone. I think that was probably in the last 5 years. Hasn't been replaced, hasn't been reutilised, that building. Right here used to be a Tesco, right slap bang in the middle of Andover, in the one and only shopping centre that there is. Also hasn't been redeveloped, just sitting here doing nothing. Over here used to be a Sainsbury's, shut down, I don't know, could be 10, 15 years ago. Nothing has been done with this building in that amount of time.
It's clearly not just the supermarkets shutting up shop in Andover, but, you know, food sells. So it seems weird to me that those supermarket giants just don't think it's worth keeping stores open in a place like this. So that takes us to just about the only food store that is still open in the town centre.
Waitrose has always been kind of like the cream of the crop, a 5-star offering when it comes to buying your groceries in the UK. And now, of course, because people like Tesco and Sainsbury's have abandoned the centre of Andover, this is kind of one of the main options that people have.
And you can tell coming in the door that it is a bit more classy in this store. Bouquets of flowers, little display of pink champagne, the obligatory pre-packed fruit and veg, and no denying this store is a little bit more pricey too. Those peppers or capsicums about a third more expensive than I'd be paying for them back home. But aside from the prices and a slightly nicer ambiance, it's essentially the same as a Tesco or a Lidl. Middle of the store tends to be where the more heavily processed foods live. You've got ready meals, albeit posh ones that cost more, with slightly better ingredients, but they're still packed full of artificial bits and bobs. And nowadays, you even have, in Waitrose, the lunchtime meal deal.
So I think we've got to look at ourselves as humans and just ask, when did this become a meal? You know, a sandwich, packet of chips, bottle of soft drink, and like, I don't care whether it's £5 or 5 cents. That is not what we should be consuming for lunch or for any other meal of the day on a regular basis.
And that, folks, is where I will leave you to ponder. Why do we need our vegetables wrapped in plastic? Why would you pay 3 times the price for something just because it comes with a brand name on it? And why, oh why, would you pay 5 times the price for someone to put a handful of olives in a pot and call it a picnic filler? Mysteries, my friend, mysteries. If you have any answers, then put them in the comments right now. And I'll tell you one thing that isn't a mystery, is that I'll be back with another new video 10 days from now and more smart ideas for savvy shoppers who want to cut their food bills. But if you can't wait till then, just watch this video in the meantime.